Good afternoon. It's been an overcast day and rainy day most of the day, but it started clearing up. So Andrea and myself had decided to make a little trip over to the Fort Fisher Rec area to do the Basin Trail so we can add 2 more miles to our North Carolina 100-mile challenge. Now we're on the Southport to Fort Fisher ferry right now, and we have ridden this ferry many times. But I can honestly say this is the closest we've ever come to not making the ferry. When the rear of your car is past the line holding you in, you might be a little overloaded right now, and that's where we were. We had to wait a few minutes and actually see if we was actually going to make it onto the ferry leaving Southport. So we just left, got about a 30-minute ride over to Fort Fisher. It's funny that whenever I see these guys over my shoulder, all I can think about is Finding Nemo and mine. I think Aria is ready, and looks like Cora is too. Just barely in the picture, you can see that black ball going all the way across. That is a stone wall from the Civil War that was a blockade to prevent ships from coming into this area.
We made it!
Another neat thing about Fort Fisher Rec area is the fact that the North Carolina Aquarium at Fort Fisher is right beside it. They share an entrance, so basically if you come to one, it's very easy to go to the other. When we come to the beach, this is actually where we'll come to 8 out of 10 times. And since last summer, they've done a lot of renovations, including this little grilling area right behind us. Put the sailcloths above it, where everything's looking a little fresh and a whole lot newer. So really liking the new renovations they've done. And of course, while we're here, we had to get our Fort Fisher stamp to add to our collection. All right, like I said, the Basin Trail is our plan for today. It is a little over a mile out and a mile back in. And as you can see, here's a map for it. Trails like this just look amazing. I love it. Might be a little bit muddy since it's been raining all day, but looks like Ari don't mind. And almost ran into another one of these things, and it is huge. So Andrea did her research and looked it up, and those spiders are called golden silk Orb-Weavers, or in the area called banana spiders. She's also learned that they use their web as silk because it actually is gold colored. We were just commenting how that trail was really narrow, and then now it's opened up to this. And as you can see, right across there's a truck coming this way. That's actually where the 4-wheel drive access is to go out on the beach, so you can take your vehicle out on the beach. Another week with a lot of fiddler crabs. They see us and they start running a little bit, but these are so small they're kind of hard to see. Alright, we're now at the Zeke's Island Reserve Overlook. This trail here at Fort Fisher Rec area is dog friendly, but one thing to be looking out for is the sand spurs. Throughout the trail we had to stop a few times, get the spurs out of the dog's feet. So make sure to be checking your dog if you're bringing it here for any sand spurs or anything else in the area. And be watchful for the fiddler crabs because they're all over the trail and you could be walking over them, and they're all from little itty bitty ones to really big ones. So be looking for those too. And here's a little view from the Overlook, looking over the Cape Fear River at the Southport, which is way over there, and Fort Fisher. The funny thing about these fiddler crabs is every time we try to take a picture of one of the big ones, they always jump in the woods, and we call it a cord. which you kind of missed out on that little inside joke whenever I was at Fort Macon on that 3.3 mile trek, where we told you that we had to carry the dogs for the last mile pretty much. Well, right there at the end, I ran ahead, got the truck, got everything cooled off, and was sitting at the trailhead waiting on Andrew to show up. What I didn't know is, about 100 yards in, Cora decided, I'm done, I'm going in the woods. She went inside of the trees into a thorn bush and sat there until I got back and said, I'm not going any further. So anytime we see something just run in the woods, they Cored it. Now this guy right here is fearless. Already ran right up on him. And as you see, I'm right here at him, and he's still not moving. This is his territory. All right, just over there is a whole flock of heron that we could have sworn that they were just talking. They just had a full conversation and we're talking to each other. Like, not like squawking or chirping or whatever you want to say. No, actually talking like a human.
I think we're losing our minds.
We're losing our minds. I don't know. It's a scary thought. One thing that we do miss about the Fort Macon Trail, where it told you where you were every 10th of the mile. We really don't know how far we've been. We just know that we're on the way back. So maybe a half mile, maybe more. I don't know. All right, we have just finished up the trail. We get the babies back in the car. Now the question is, can we make it back to the ferry and make the next ferry? It leaves in 27 minutes, but was at the last ferry over in Southport 20 minutes early and it was already full, except for us, with us getting on very last. So hopefully we get over here and we can get on this next trip. If not, we got to go the long way home. All right, here is the answer. Is it going to be full? Is it not? And the answer is...
Does it say the 5:30 ferry is full?
Yes, it does.
Yep.
The 5:30 ferry is full, so we're taking the long way home. All right, when I say the long way home, if we take the ferry, it takes us about a half hour. If we take the long way, which is going back from Fort Fisher up to Wilmington and back down through Leland into Southport, which takes us anywhere between an hour and 15 minutes, depending on traffic. And we were doing this right at 5 o'clock traffic, so it's taking us a little bit longer, but we're almost home now, so we're gonna go let the babies out, go relax for the night. So thanks for watching.